One fight that is 100% booked for MSG is Darren Till versus Kelvin Gastelum. Now, we spoke to Darren Till a couple weeks ago. I don't like to bother him a lot, but like 3 days later, the fight got booked, so I had to ask him to come back, and he's gracious enough to join us right now. I do believe there he is. Darren Till, this time joining us via the magic of FaceTime. How are you?
I'm okay. What's happening?
Darren, long time no speak, my friend. This time not getting a tan?
Yeah, I've got a tan. What you think? Do you like it?
You just got one.
Yeah, of course.
How often do you go?
Just twice a week.
Twice a week? That seems like too much.
Oh, what? Got to keep the tan topped up, Ariel.
Well, you look fantastic, my friend. By the way, you're a little bit indented too much to the right. If you can go back to, yeah, the opposite way of where you, no, the other way. No, put the phone back the way it was. There you go. Yeah, that's cool. Who's that? Your little baby?
That's her.
Oh, no.
Screaming.
She's not happy? Oh, no.
What's up?
I'm sorry.
What's up?
I get that reaction a lot from my guests.
Yeah.
Well, so Darren, I won't take up a lot of your time. I know you're busy. Ultimately, why did you decide on 185?
I'd grown a little bit, Ariel, in the time I'd had off, and it just seemed like the right decision. And mainly the move was because it was all down to Kelvin Gastelum's poll, on Twitter that I seen. And, it just looked to me like a lot of the fans just, wanted that fight. I know that he said November, MSG, who wants to fight him. And a lot of guys called him out. And I don't know. I said to the UFC then, let's make the fight. If Kelvin wants to fight, let's make it. And Dana and that were like, are you sure this is the fight you want? It's a tough guy. He's just coming off the title. Well, Kelvin, no matter what, Kelvin is just a tough fucking dude. And they were like that. And my coach then said to me, Colin, he was like, it's up to you, Till, this, that, the other. I said, listen, I have to be honest with myself, and I didn't get in this to fight anything but the best. And in my opinion, at middleweight, Kelvin is one of the best. It's not me getting ahead of myself either. The idea never would have sprung in my head if Kelvin wouldn't have done the poll. I probably wouldn't have thought about anything. I maybe wouldn't have fought this year. I don't know, but it just got me excited, especially an opponent like Kelvin. You know what I mean? So I said, let's make the fight, and now we're fighting November 2nd, Madison Square Garden. And young boys' dreams do come true.
And so for you, is this just a pit stop at 185, or do you think that this is now the permanent move to middleweight?
I don't know, Ariel. I know you see my photos last night on Instagram. I'm looking big, yeah?
Yes. You saw me creeping at your stories, right?
You always creep, Ariel, and I always send you little replies, yeah?
Yes, you do. You do send me replies. They're very nice. Yes, you're looking very swole, as the kids say, Darren.
Not swole, Ariel. I'm not too... I'm not so heavy, but I'm comfortable. I'm very comfortable. I feel very good in training. I feel powerful, strong, and let's just see where this takes me. This beautiful journey I'm on.
Well, I suspect that you're going to love fight week so much that afterwards you'll say, what the heck was I doing, killing myself, getting down to 170, right?
Yeah, most probably. I would like to enjoy a fight week where, a lot of guys there, fight week, I've seen this a lot of fight weeks, they just sort of, some guys, they just prowl around, they'll do a little run here and there, they'll hit pads. But fight week for me is when I'm still in training. My last fight week, I was training twice a day, running 50 minutes, hitting pads 10 rounds, conditioning, grappling. I still treat, I like it to train that way at fight week, but it was a lot about weight, and it'll be good this time to let off the brakes a bit and just enjoy more of the interviews and the stuff that comes with it. I feel like I need to enjoy that a bit more about fight week, you know what I mean?
True or false, me telling you when you asked me on the show a couple of weeks ago that you should move up to 185 was the deciding factor. That's what kind of put you over the edge. True or false?
What do you mean?
Like when you asked me, should I go up to 185? And I said, yes, please go up to 185. You said, you know what? If Ariel Helwani thinks this, then I must do it. I must listen to Ariel. He has my best interests in mind. True or false?
True.
So I will continue to be honest with you, Darren. I feel a little torn here because I'm so happy that you're finally going up to 185. I think this is going to be great for your career. It's healthier. It's better for you. You're going to be a beast up there. But then there's a part of me that's like, why go in there against the guy was the former #1 contender not that long ago? Like, why not build ourselves back up?
Yeah, that's true, Ariel. Obviously, the UFC, they wanted a lot of things as well. They're talking about main events here and there, and I was like, well, does it have to be a main event? You know what I mean? They were like, Darren, you're not but a main event fighter now, and I was like, well, you know, that's quite true, I think. And like, Ariel, it's just I don't, you know, my last fight, I got knocked out, flash knockout, and not a flash knockout, sorry, I got knocked out legitimately. And before that, I was just going in there for the kill, scrapping. You know, I was taking Masvidal to town, really. You know, that's no lie. I was beating him. I nearly knocked him out in the first, and then I got knocked out, you know. But I just like to scrap, mate, and Kelvin, like, ignites that fire inside him. He's a fucking true Mexican. He's got a big old head. He fucking comes to take people's heads clean off, and I like that. I didn't get in this to fight nothing but that. I've always got to stay true to myself, and that's what I will do until I finish this sport. So what? Okay, people can say what they want. Darren Till going up to 185 to fight Kelvin Gastelum, his first fight, is suicide. So fucking what? So what? I want to fight. I don't mind getting hit and shit like that. So I'm a true fighter, mate. I'm a fucking true fighter.
Why do you think he asked for you?
I don't think he did ask for me. I think he just done the poll. This poll's so important to me because I think he just done the poll, and I was so surprised the way my name kept getting mentioned, and you know, it did make me realise that I am a big name inside the sport and inside the UFC, and yet I am this main event fighter or whatever, but it just ignited the fire, mate. It's just Kelvin's, you know, I've been watching him for a while, and he's no fucking Fingo. He's a world-class athlete, or he's not even an athlete, sorry, he's a world-class fighter, and I am a world-class fighter myself, I consider myself, so, you know, especially at MSG, I can't wait.
By the way, I'm just curious, why did you correct yourself there? You said he's not even an athlete, he's a world-class fighter. What's the difference in your mind?
There's athletes, there's guys who are athletes. George St. Pierre was a world-class athlete. I look at Kelvin Gastelum and I just see him as, he don't get me wrong, mate, he's a great MMA fighter, you know, in all art, but he's a gritty fighter, and that's what I am.
I love that.
There's types of differences, Ariel, and the guys, like, you know, there's certain guys you can pick out, and they are just complete and utter gritty fighters, and then there's the athletes.
And you mentioned earlier there was a chance that you would just take off the rest of the year. Why did you want to do that?
Well, not take off the rest of the year, just train and just propel myself and evolve with my coach Colin and my team around me. Just train and see where things go. You know, there's no rush, Ariel. I'm 26 and I've already achieved so much. You know, I know I've achieved so much. I've been fighting since I was 13 years of age, and there's no rush. You know, I've always said I'll retire around 35, 36. So I know I've got a lot of time to evolve my skill set and evolve the mind and stuff like that. But then certain things come along, like Kelvin Gastelum, MSG, November 2nd, and you can't say no, and you have to ask for that shit.
And MSG is something you've always wanted to accomplish? You've always wanted to fight there?
I think anyone in this world who's an MMA fighter or boxer or what, I think they have dreams of fighting at places like that where all the greats once fought. And so, you know, for me, it's just, there's going to be many doubters, mate, and I don't really care. I'm famous for that, and I just want to fight. There's going to be many people who are going to doubt me, and that fuels the fire. I'm just training hard, and I just want to go in there and fucking fight, mate. That's all I want to do.
I feel like there's a part of you that actually likes it when a lot of people are doubting you. Like, that's more comfortable.
Just do it. Just doubt me. Just doubt me as a person. Doubt me as a fighter. Doubt my skill set. Doubt everything about me. You know, Ariel, I'll still sleep the same at night, and I'll still work hard as I've always done. And you know, there'll be that extra little bit of thing going into the fight. You know, with me, there's absolutely nothing to lose. If I lose, so what? I took a chance and it didn't work out. Is that the end of the world? No. You know what I mean, Ariel? So I'm going to go in there and I'm going to give my all as a world-class fighter. And I believe Kelvin will do the same. And let's make a great fight for me and him and for the fans and whoever else, the doubters, the non-doubters, whatever.
Did you hear Dana White say recently that he thinks maybe in hindsight they quote-unquote pushed you too soon? And if so, what did you make of that comment?
I don't see a lot of stuff, Ariel, like that. But yeah, someone sent me it on messaging, and I don't agree. I just feel like, you know, it was just not my time. It's just, I'll never say this, Ariel, and I'll never disrespect the fighter for saying it. But my last 2 fights, I lost to the better man that night. I always say it. Yeah, there's little things here and there, but I don't ever like agree with fighters who come out to fight and make X amount of excuses. You went in there prepared to win. You went in there thinking you could win, and you lost. So take your defeat like a man. People can say to me, Till, you lost because of maybe the weight cut. Till, you lost because of this. And I say, yeah, whatever, really. The better man won that night. So, you know, I could have been beating Masvidal for the whole 3 rounds, and in the last 10 seconds he catches me. I still have to have that same mentality that the better man won. And that's just how I am.
Are you doing anything in training differently for this one? Or are you sticking with the same people, the same routine, same everything?
Same people, some new faces, some heavier guys, you know, switching things up, maybe not, you know, just trying to get better, Ariel, just trying to make my game plan better than Kelvin's. He will be doing the same, and just trying to get better, and I don't do anything else, Ariel. I don't have anything else to do apart from get better in mixed martial arts, and hopefully one day become what I set out to do, is be one of the greatest. So, you know, that's it. I just want to train hard, and I always train hard, Ariel. And I'm always trying to evolve with my strengths and with my weaknesses. So we'll see, mate.
And please, just if I could ask before I let you go, no trips to the Canary Islands. Is that okay in between now and November 2nd?
You fucking know what time it is, Ariel. No, I won't be doing that.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Darren, you're the man. Thank you so much for this. Yeah. And I just wanted I wanted to give you a toast. Wish you the best. You know, all the best to you, Darren.
Ariel, 6 times we won that shit. 6 times. They're doing quite well to start, so we'll see how it goes.
Much love to you, yes, my friend, and
I
like it. November 2nd, Madison Square Garden, the Mecca.
Who gave you that cup, by the way, Ariel? Who gave you that cup?
Actually, you want to know who gave it to me? Everton sent it to me.
Really?
Yes, because of Molly McCann.
I thought Molly might have given it to you.
No, Molly sent me a jersey, and they saw us talking about it, and so then they sent me a box of all kinds of stuff.
Okay, I'm going to speak to Steven Gerrard tomorrow, and we're going to get this shit on for Liverpool.
Come on, Steven, where are you at? I can be bought.
Do it. I'm going to speak to him.
My fandom can be bought very clearly, but the Reds showed me no love, so I went with the Blues.
No, I'm going to sort that for you, Ariel. Trust.
All right. Look at you dropping Steven Gerrard's name like that. I like it.
You know that. I'm a little name dropper now, Ariel.
Darren, you're the man. Thank you so much. I can't wait for it. November 2nd. Thank you for doing this. Hello, everyone. It's Ariel Helwani. I just came here to thank you for watching our ESPN YouTube channel. It's the best. You know what else is the best? The ESPN app. You can get highlights, analysis, all that stuff and more. And if you want premium content and live streaming sports, there's only one place for all of that. It's ESPN Plus.